The work that I have in this exhibition is sort of a two-part object. I have a sculpture and a video that's paired with it. And the video is actually an animation made from pinhole photographs. So if you look closely at the image, you'll see that there's actually sort of layering that takes place. There's some distortion that naturally happens from that process of making pinhole photographs. Artificial horizon lines sort of appear in the video from different parts of the image being more exposed than other parts. So that animated sequence of cloudscapes is paired then with this kinetic sculpture that is sort of layered in its background in terms of what fed the making of that object. The title of the piece, Ialu, is a reference to ancient Egyptian mythology. So the title references the reed fields, or the field of reeds, which was their image of paradise. But linguistically, there's conjecture that it also then is the root for the word Elysian, or Elysian fields. So I'm interested in this idea of that sort of vista of a field of grain, and how that shows up throughout cultures and throughout time as representational of a number of things. Sometimes paradise, sometimes just the sort of the bounty or life-giving force for a culture. So the process of building the sculpture is, and all of these kinetic pieces, for me, the process is very much trial and error. There's a lot of engineering involved without actually knowing much about engineering, other than having grown up with an interest in how things work and kind of scrutinizing things and taking things apart, going back to a very young age. So the process starts with sort of like visual in my head of what I would like the object to look like and do, and then sort of reverse engineering that in a way. So a lot of prototyping at scale of individual components of the machine to see if it does what I want it to do, and then run it until it breaks and see why it broke and try to fix whatever it was that was the flaw. I hope that people would be able to find some kind of a personal experience in the work. Having grown up in rural places and the landscape of those places, growing up around tractors and harvesters and sickle bars and hay rakes and all that sort of stuff, somewhere is in the back of my head feeding some of these things. I think there are very direct references to things in the work, and then there are also some very abstract references, the sound being one of those components. And so the hope is that the piece in its abstraction maybe can make a personal connection with people, whether it's conjuring a remembrance of something, some level of nostalgia in them, so that the work actually becomes a portal that takes them someplace that's their own.